Никита, скажи, что? Давай, make it fun.
Every minute.
Press conferences usually bring tension, sharp words, and stage bravado, but this one erupted like a volcano the moment the cameras turned on.
It reminds me of like one of those budget YouTube hood movies where someone just talks about their whole life and what they've come from and talking as if they're from one of the ghettos in Iraq or Africa or somewhere like that. But, you know, he's got a sob story, he's running by it, and that's what makes him feel better. So we respect it. I just kind of listened and said my piece.
And you said to him, what have you done? Tell us what you've done.
Because as I said, like, you line up all the heavyweights. He was just talking about, oh, he's this, he's that, he's that. I said, but why are you worrying about what someone else has done? What have you done as a fighter to kind of boost your ego up? But he couldn't answer it because he ain't fought no one like us.
Jake Paul walked in with his trademark grin, throwing little jabs and testing boundaries like he always does. But this time, he pushed it too far. Anthony Joshua rose from his seat with the look of a man who'd had enough of childish antics. In an instant, AJ closed the distance, staring Paul down with real fury, making it crystal clear. This isn't YouTube entertainment. This is the heavyweight division, and there's nothing playful about it.
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to break his face, I'm going to break his body up, I'm going to stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality, and I know what's in my heart, I know what's in my mind, and I'm here to compete. I'm here to prove myself that I'm the better fighter, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll do that until I finish fighting, no matter who it is.
It doesn't matter. Today, tomorrow, whenever we're fighting. AJ snapped, and instantly the whole room shifted. Tension hit the air like a spark in a gas-filled space. Security rushed forward. People were yelling, and cameras shook as a crowd erupted like they were watching the unofficial first round. In that moment, everything became painfully clear. Jake Paul might have walked in thinking he'd scored another promotional moment, but Joshua flipped it into something real. A fight fueled by pride, pressure, and emotion, where the bruises start long before the punches do.
Netflix have spent a lot of money, MVP have spent a lot of money, and Jake would look like a plonker if he pulled out the fight now after giving it the big one. And he knows that, and this fight's happening. You know, and that they think, look, one thing I'll say is this. If there was ever a good time to fight Anthony Joshua, it's probably now. Right? Coming out of what will be 14 months of inactivity. By the way, he's also been in training camp for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, the time comes around. He's having to make weight. Maybe the confidence isn't where it has been in his career. So yeah, you can start dressing it.
Sliding right out of the press conference chaos and straight into Teddy Atlas territory, the energy flips instantly. Suddenly, it feels like we're sitting at the boxing family dinner table, while Uncle Teddy is carving up the truth like Sunday roast. And when a legend like Teddy starts leaning forward, tapping the table and saying, "Hey, don't be shocked if Jake Paul actually has a chance," you almost choke on your drink, because this is Teddy Atlas, the man who doesn't hand out hope, hype, or fairy tales. If he says there's a window, even a tiny one, the whole boxing world stops and listens. And just like that, the conversation shifts. It's no longer just AJ towering over Jake Paul. It's a reminder that in boxing, one punch, one mistake, one moment of chaos can flip everything sideways. Teddy isn't saying Paul is the better fighter. He's saying Paul is dangerous in the only way that matters in this sport. He's unpredictable. He's wild. And sometimes, wild breaks the script.
It's a choice of where people want to go to watch. It's still their choice. Before we look at all the reasons why Joshua should smash him, he's a pro fighter, two-time Olympian, two-time heavyweight champ, you know, bigger, stronger, highest level of fighting at this weight class. I mean, he should destroy him like he destroyed Ngannou. And a lot of people will use that comparison. But styles make fights. And Jake Paul's not going to fight him the way Ngannou fought.
Teddy breaks it down like he's analyzing a crime scene. Every detail, every angle, every variable. And suddenly, Jake Paul doesn't look like a guaranteed victim anymore. He's younger. He's fresher. He's faster, Teddy says, tapping the table like he's marking evidence. And don't forget, Jake plays the contract game better than half the sport. Then he shifts to Joshua. AJ hasn't been as active. He's cutting weight like he's prepping for a fashion runway. And mentally, nobody ever really knows which version of Joshua shows up on any given night, the cold technician or the hesitant giant carrying the weight of the world. Teddy basically hands us a checklist the internet refuses to talk about. Because in Jake Paul land, lasting 8 rounds against a heavyweight legend, that's practically a victory parade.
Maybe Paul has some advantages. He's younger. His feet are a little faster. I know he's not at that level of a fighter. I get it. But his feet are faster. Joshua's feet are not that fast, closing gaps, getting to somebody. To hit him, even if you're better than him, you still got to get to him to hit him. Also, Joshua, last time he fought was over a year. He hasn't fought. He was basically retired. Where's his mind at?
He even starts talking about the Netflix lawyers like they're protecting the future of the planet, reminding everyone they're not about to prove a live broadcast catastrophe. And suddenly you're sitting there wondering, wait, is Teddy Atlas actually saying this upset could kind of make sense? That's when you know this fight officially shifted. From circus act to science experiment to a moment where maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't be laughing so hard just yet.